Oh, we're back for Day 9 Daily number 503, Part 2, where we learn to be a better gamer. Because that's what my shirt says. After a somewhat frustrating loss in Game 1, we are going to plow right ahead. And one thing I'll note right now is I don't know what the chemical is, but I have that little feeling of like, that kind of like frustration there. And I actually really like that feeling. I love that feeling because it makes me feel motivated to just keep playing again and again and again and again. And I'm always careful with that because on one hand, if I'm really frustrated, like let's say I played for 2 hours and got Dark Templar rushed like 8 times in a row and I'm ready to rip my head out. I've stopped thinking clearly. All I'm doing is observer rushing so I don't lose to DTs, right? You're just, ugh. I have to be very careful not to play in a circumstance like that because that's a recipe for just having a blow up where you're just like, I hate this game, uninstall, snap the disk, I don't know what you do. But everyone has their own ways of just being like, maybe one of your friends messages you on Skype and is like, hey, you want to go hang out today? And you're like, fuck you, you're an asshole. Like all those things you want to avoid. But in small doses, in manageable doses, I think all emotions are excellent. They are my emotions and I will do with them things that will be productive. And in this circumstance, frustration helps me stay motivated and helps me stay a little bit more focused. I might try to make myself stop talking in these games. It's hard because every time between 7 and 8 when I'm on air, my instinct is like, okay, keep talking. No matter what you do, make sure you keep talking because the instant you stop talking in the daily, Sean, things stop happening. But I'm just going to try to make sure that I don't do that in a way that disrupts my play, making the show stupid. Watch me narrate in a way that distracts me so I lose focus and lose. Thanks for watching the show. It's very different from how I ladder, which tends to be with music. This is why I turned on the StarCraft 2 music here, just to get a little bit of a rock out going. There doesn't seem to be anyone on the ladder. I actually started the search just before I went live with the segment, so if you're watching and you have Heart of the Swarm, I would love if you queued. Could you queue up? Come on, queue up, huh? Come on! I want to play. I want to play. I want to play so bad. I want to play with somebody. And one thing I will note, generally when I do ladder sessions, I think it's really important to regularly stop and make yourself rewatch games. In this show, it's just one game, one replay analysis. One game, one replay analysis. ADD went crazy. Oh yeah, I do it one game, one replay analysis, so that way the segments of the show make sense. So that way if you just want to tune in for 20 minutes, you can make sense of it. However, when I'm actually laddering, I'll play 5, 6, 7 games and then just do like a replay blast through. Or sometimes what I'll do, if I really want to go mad crazy that day, is I'll play like 25 or 30 games. And then I'll send them to my friend Tristan, and we'll spend like an hour and a half or 2 hours watching through all the games and talking about them. That's really fun and incredibly helpful. Yeah. Can someone queue up? Because I want to have a show. I want to have a show. Oh yeah. Do 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 do. Boo ba do 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 do. All right, I'm gonna say random things that I do. Here are stretches that I do in the meantime. I just pull my hands up for just like 10, 15 seconds. I do this like every hour if I can remember to, and that kind of deals with all my RSI. I also do the thing where I curl my knuckles in and grab them and tilt them down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, cool. I got a match. All right. Excellent. Ifrian. All right, so I'm going to be doing something kind of normal. Something I've done before. It's a build I like quite a lot. This map will be quite difficult to do it on, but let's give it a shot. Come on! Alright, now the one thing to note about stretches is that they'll make your hand feel a little bit loose. Hi, good luck, have fun. Thank you. Indeed I do. What can I do for you, kind sir? At MLG Raleigh, my girlfriend wanted to hug you. Yes, day 9 is the heartthrob of taken women. Certainly sounds like an MLG. Alright, Sean, you're gonna wake up, show up at 9 for casting call, and then cast till 1 in the morning. Oh god, is this gonna be a story of my shortcomings as a person? Oh yeah, the crowd was awful, man. I was like, yeah, are you excited for your players? And they just sort of looked around morbidly. Okay. I'm gonna try to talk less now. Well, this is unfortunate, because I will not be doing the build that I had intended. For some reason, I was sort of assuming he would be early expanding, but since he is not, I ain't doing it. I made a mistake. I needed to stay there and check to see what that thing was up to. Ah! I clicked the wrong thing. Whoops. Well, I guess I'm making a stalker. I clicked here and then thought that Chrono Boost had happened and then moved on. Excellent. Alright, I'm getting a little distracted. I'm rallying both of them back here because I still don't know what he's up to. Alright, misread. Still trying to get a read on him. Oh, I constructed your damn pylons. Okay, so he's going to do some sort of mech-ish play. Okay, so I don't actually need huge amounts of defense. I just need, like, the strong, correct defense. And because he's going for mech, I'm going to need to wall certain areas. So actually, see this pylon here? This should have been over here. Whoopsie daisies, thought I moved that sucker back a long time ago. Looks like we both had the same idea in mind. My money's kind of high because I was kind of expecting to expand here. I'm just waiting for him to unsiege. This is one thing that I've experienced a lot with this. As you can do this sort of stuff pretty easily. Whoopsie daisies, you need to go. Okay, there we go. Alright, I have my blink now, which is great. I don't see a high factory count, so I'm just going to expand again. These are all factories. Okay, cool. See, I should have seen that Marine coming. I'll admit, I didn't. That's my watching minimap more policy. No. Idiot. Alright, so now that I've pretty much got most of the infrastructure that I want up. My money is going to be low once I make this expenditure around. Where's my other observer? I'm leaning in really hard on my mini-map. I don't see it. I do need some observers if I want to be able to do this. this is, I think, pretty indicative of the way mech goes. You just build a lot of immortals, expand a lot, go crazy with your gateways. Oh god, really bad general map awareness stuffs. Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, and I'm defended against drops because I have coverage on all those. Oh my god! So there's actually no way I can lose. You require my skill. Hey, see, I was watching the minimap. I'm all awesome. Alright, I have no idea if what I did was good or bad. So, pretty straightforward death ball versus mech, but so one thing I was feeling a lot in the game is an overall discomfort with the English language. What in the hell am I talking to you about? I can't believe. Yeah, okay, so let me think. So I do this game with myself, where what I do is after the game I state, this is when I felt really comfortable. This is where I felt like a huge problem was. So that way I can sort of see if my feeling in the game matches reality at all. So in that game, the build that I wanted to do, it's a really cool build. The idea is that you stop at 20 probes, and you take an expansion. Out of your first gateway, you go Zealot, Zealot, Sentry, Sentry, Stalker. And you spend 2 chrono boosts on the gateway, and 3 on your warp gate research. What happens as a result of this? You get your warp gates done at 6 minutes, and you get 3 warp gates, but you got 5 units out of your gateway initially. So you do a warp and round at 6 minutes, like 6:15-ish. Then you do another warp and round at 6:45, and at 7 minutes he has at most 10 to 12 Marines, and you have whatever 5 plus 3 plus 3 gateway units is. 11. There we go. So it's 11 gateway units versus 10 to 12 Marines in a bunker. Works really good. Completely canceled that strat, and as a result I was like, God, why did I not have a clearly thought out thing for that? So let me show you the moment that happened here, right at the start. And this is just, there's no way to deny that this is bad. This is a huge issue right off the bat. Let's see here. He's telling me that I didn't hug someone and I feel terrible. So I have my build order and I have a plan and I'm like, yeah, and I'm going to attack them and it's going to be great. I'm going to feel all peachy keen. And then in this moment, I remember just thinking, oh wait, crap. So wait, oh can I do my build? I don't remember what I used to do versus this build because I, as of late, have been doing something different versus fast gas. I want to explain that because this happens to me every now and again, especially when I'm trying to experiment with strategies, where once upon a time I had one build and it's the only thing I did. I did my one build, my one early expand attack build. This is it. Yeah, I'm going this way. And then I watch someone else play, and they give me an idea. So, for instance, I remember I saw HotS play, and he did a really brilliant defense against a fast-gassing player. And I thought to myself, you know what, next time, I want to do that same fast-gas defense that he does, and I'm going to try that build. So what happens? I start going down the HotS path, and I'm doing his build, and I'm having all these problems, and I'm fixing them, and they're feeling good. And then in this daily, I go back to this old build. This old build originally started because I remembered, or I have a plan for a player who early expands. But then he wasn't early expanding. And I'm like, oh wait, crap, oh my god, I didn't think about that. Oh my god. So this feeling right here, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward recovery. I'm just going to go expand Stalker. But for a moment here, I literally, in my head, was going, oh wait, should I go Zealot? No, okay, I guess the time's passed. Okay, I guess I'm not doing that. And the way that you'll really see this mistake play out in my head is that I wasn't quite sure what to do with my Chrono Boost. So I did something fairly standard for Wings of Liberty, which is to spend 2 or 3 chronos on the cybernetics core. But I have this mothership core, so I thought to myself, I don't really need to make that many units out of the gateway. And then I accidentally misclicked. I tried to Chrono Boost, and I think I must have overshot and clicked the assimilator instead of the cybernetics core. So this was kind of a funny accident. If I didn't build that, then I would have built both of these gateways right at the same time. So I'm thinking, alright, Lifrian, whatever you throw at me, I'm going to have this nice defense set up. But, I'm always... Okay, here's something that I'm torn on. What are the reason that you get 3 gateways really fast? Well, let me... Okay, so... Let's try again. Why am I going 3 gateway first against a fast-gassing player? Well, for one, it allows me to get the wall off. Even though I have my early expand, there's a number of attacks that he can do. The Hellion one I can block off. Marauder-type attacks, I can deal with as long as I have the 3 gateways up relatively quickly. And if you see an attack coming, you can actually just sneak out another unit from this one, because you'll see that there's still about 30 seconds left, which is a little bit more than the build time of a Zealot. So, you get the 3 gateways because it's the only way you can hold off early attacks. However, you do need to worry about things like detection. So starting the robotics facility at 6 minutes, this is a really nice time, because any early attack that's not a cloaked Banshee, you would have seen by now. And if you don't see that early attack, then you just build your Robo Bay at 6, it'll finish at 7, and you can Chrono Boost out, so that way you'll have observers by the needed 7:30. So there's the Chrono Boost. So I was a little leery about sending this guy out, except I just suicided a probe and saw a lot of Marines, so I was like, okay, cool, he's not doing that. However, he could be doing some sort of early pressure with Marines, so that's one of the reasons why I instantly went for the Robo facility. This is all pretty normal stuff, and of course I double gas pretty early. All pretty typical stuff. However, it makes me wonder right around here whether it's actually possible to just build a robotics facility right now. I have my mothership core, and the Purifier Beam allows me to one-shot Marines now, 3-shot Marauders, 1-shot SCVs that are on scene, so I could certainly have a way easier time defending. And my preference in this matchup is to get a robotics facility earlier. And then in the early game I keep it here, in the late game I move it back here to do that sort of drop thing. So most of my thoughts about this game are all those early game considerations. So probably next time what I'm going to do is I'm going to experiment with going double gas, forcing that out early, and then going straight for the Robo and the Mothership Core. Relying on the Mothership Core for defense. Still will probably Chrono Boost out 1, maybe 2 Stalkers. Probably 2. I like 2. This was all reasonable. This is something, in this circumstance, right around now, right around when, my first Colossus is going down, I could have built these forges earlier, but I had seen fast gas some Marines, so I wasn't sure if I could skip range. I like to skip range and go straight for Zealot Archon, High Templar. However, I scouted him with double factory, so I said, okay, I'm going to just go for range, and I'm going to be favoring blink instead of upgrades. I don't want a powerful army, I want a mobile army. Why? Mech is all about being immobile but powerful. Wherever you hit me, I will win because my army's just better. So it's inconsistent for me to try to go double forge and try to outmuscle his muscle army because his muscle army is honestly better. So getting upgrades at all is good, but I like to go for blink here. And then I did the awesomest choice ever. I didn't use blink at all for the rest of the game. Freaking horrible misplay. Like, this I think is the biggest misplay of the whole game, that I went for this early and then didn't go for it. My observer placement got a little wonky. This one's 2, this one's 3, and somehow I just got disorganized mentally. I don't think that there was any problem going on with my hotkeys, but there's certainly some sort of mental problem going on there, where I just saw the army, I'm thinking, okay, and I gotta get this there, and I gotta get that there, and I made the basic mistake of not looking at the mini-map, which is something that, again, I'm trying to work on in these games. These attacks used to be scary, but thanks to a mothership core and a non-zero amount of Colossus, so I just waited until I heard that your upgrade's complete, attacked once I had range 9, even left a Colossus behind, and the cleanup was so easy I couldn't believe it. Expand right there. Now, what I should have done is I have 4 Stalkers. I should have instantly morphed in 3 more, just and I should have started to try to harass him. Walk in here, pick off this command center, blink out, walk my army up here. There's not really a big reason for my army to be super passively planted because I can always recall if I need be. So it's really passive here, but he had no way to defend this. And if I worked down here, I could actually have blinked up here and picked off add-ons, picked off SCVs. Would have had some Marines. But what I did, though, was fine, taking this expansion. But I can still couple this expansion with a lot of damage-dealing stuffs. Still going to go for the Robo Facility, even if he does get Ghosts. Immortals just do so much damage against Thors and tanks and everything that comes out of a factory. Having loads of them is good. Walling this off in case of a problem. This I didn't wall off, and that's a big mistake. This should continue down here, and then this should be all the way over, and there should be a little slit. In other words, I'm always defended against Hellions. This mothership core should be back. Are you starting to get a sense of my self-critical voice? You hear this? Oh god, look at the... Oh, this is so bad. Oh god, he could have killed me with Hellions here. He could have... other things that I was feeling in game, I didn't have a pylon here. With every expansion, you picture what angle could he come at, and you just put a pylon on the other side. So I need a pylon here. I have the pylon here. I built that one early, so I'm happy with that. I built this pylon early here, so I'm happy with that. Oh, damn it! Another thing just popped into my head. As I'm approaching maxed, I need to send like probes out and just like pylon, pylon, pylon. Just start like placing pylons along the map. There's nothing he can really do about it. So Ifrian now moving out. There's another test I'm going to do in a moment, but this was pretty straightforward. I needed Zealot leg speed. I whiffed the armor upgrade a little bit there. But then this is why I get Blink Stalkers. I can pick off anything that he does that's a little bit of an error. I pull back until all my Immortals get into the front. I guess I pulled right until all my Immortals were in the front, and then just sort of cleaned up. I don't like blinking in. I very long ago have experimented with blinking onto tanks, and I just think it's generally not good. They'll auto-target your Stalkers, and those will die really fast, and you want them targeting the Immortals. Now, the last thing I want to check is how my opponent played. Because this gives me a sense, like, I felt pretty good about that game. Well, let me rephrase. I felt comfortable about my chances of winning in that game. As a player, just could I improve? I feel pretty bad about myself that game. There's a lot that I could have done to improve, and I'm going to try to maybe pick 3 or 4 of those and focus on them for the next time. But again, that feeling of I felt comfortable about my chances of winning. I want to know how much of that is attributed to me or him just, you know, being one of the many Heart of the Swarmers who's going mech for the first time and doesn't have the familiarity with it. This is a pretty cute build, the Reactor Hellion. He does need to build a bunker here, otherwise I just kill it with the Zealot Stalker push. Well, I guess he did scout me without a Zealot, so I guess that's actually very smart. That's actually really smart, if that was his reasoning. So, okay, this is looking decent. Ah, you see, it's things like this that make me kind of go, ugh. SCV production. Kind of missing it, missing one. Missing it for a while here. I was reasonable about my probes, and even without... Oops. Oh, God, what button did I hit? Okay. Whew. Even without using that much chrono boost. He's getting supply blocked here and there, but hey, his food's keeping up. He's keeping a reasonable pace with me. Comes the SCV count. Because I'm Protoss and I'm awesome, I'm always going to get ahead in those resource counts. You should be ahead of me in supply right now. He's doing this half and half thing. So I feel reasonably comfortable about what's going on back home, especially the money. Just breezing through and being like, did he keep his money low? So I'm at least going, okay, my assertions can't quite be